driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Norris, Ocon, Reed, Gasly, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Albon, Stroll, Magnussen, Joe, Hulkenberg, Bayer, Sargent, and Nick de Vries.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Welcome back to another episode of My Team Career Mode in F1 here in F1 23. We qualified P10 for the sprint. Sprint determines where we start in the race. I'd love to get up to top 8 so that way if we don't get a top 10 in the main race, we will score points in. So we're trying to get Norris for 8th. And you just saw what just happened there. We went sideways. We passed Alonso and Sainz, so we moved to P6. Right behind Russell and Hamilton. Sainz and Alonso though may pass us back. We stay committed to the turn and Russell backs out, so now we're P5 in this race, or the sprint I mean, but still, this is for a starting spot. This ain't even for the race qualifying. We should be like in 12th or down to 14th. That's where our race pace seems like, but we seem to keep getting lucky on qualifying. We're on 2 of 4 laps of the sprint. We're still sitting P5. Norris hasn't bothered to pass us. And shockingly, he hasn't been, well, that close enough to pass us, so. We passed him on lap 1. So, we're on lap 2. He still hasn't passed us. I'm wondering if he just doesn't want to pass us, or because we almost wrecked him coming into that turn. But Russell's going to look for the pass here. It looks like lap 2. We're coming with 3 or 4 laps of sprint race. I mean, starting in the top 8 would still be good for me. Like, I'm not saying we should let Russell go. You see us blocking. We're trying to take every position possible because we know more than likely that we will lose do balanced strategy with pit stops and everything. So every position counts. And you see Russell is really trying to we're blocking him every chance we get. We're holding on here. Alonso sitting P8, so he's the guy for the last point. I believe in 9th, right behind him is Norris. So and that's not what you want to see, us hitting the wall. Well, hopefully we can have a top 10 finish at the end of this race, because we just got screwed over because our car wouldn't brake quicker than we wanted it to. Well, we're still going to start inside the top 10 maybe. I'm hoping we still are. I'm saying we'll get a good run off the turn though, so can we at least finish in 9th, like in this sprint, like at least gain one spot. We started in 10th, and Sonoda is just gonna try to pass us. Norris just got lucky that we made one mistake and that brought him to us. Of course, Sonoda's on our butt. We're trying to hold on to P9. At least we would gain at least one position. So, I mean, Russell is in 7th now. Alonso and Sainz, I believe. Yeah, so it looks like Sainz moved P5, Alonso's P6. So they've moved up as well. So Russell's going to lose points in this sprint race. We're on the final lap. I'm saying that, well, that's probably is. So Charles Leclerc is the race leader in the sprint. So more than likely it will be Leclerc winning this sprint. So he will probably start on pole unless Verstappen or Perez has anything to do with it. So what in the... You just saw what happened there. Sonoda went sideways. We get P9 in the sprint. We probably should have got a P5, but you know, we messed one simple thing up and we screwed ourselves over. Driver day, Max Verstappen.
Let's have a quick look at how the drivers
And we're gonna skip this. I expect Fernando Alonso to retire after this season, though. But here we go to the race, 13-lap race.
interesting question.
Well, you already know our.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
You already know our call. Mediums to soft, so you already know the grid. So that's why we skipped it. Russell on softs. Some people are choosing hard. Some people are choosing mediums. Mediums and hards go probably along the same way. We passed Pires, we passed Science, we passed all of these guys. You see we're mad at Hamilton, so we sent him in the turn. Trying to use Hamilton not like as a drafted buddy, like we're trying to see if we can. I just don't know if we can actually get to this man. And the same move we set up with Russell, we're going to do to Hamilton, his teammate. So we clear Hamilton. We're up to P4, but Verstappen has taken the lead from Leclerc. So both Ferraris on the podium, but Verstappen is the man out front here in this race. Remember, 2 races in the season, it was us and Hamilton battle, and then all of a sudden these guys have come back in. So, but it's because us and Hamilton finished poorly in that Grand Prix. So you saw we got loose and hit the wall. This has brought these guys back into it. And Hamilton squeezed the wall a little bit. Both of these guys behind us are on softs. So I expect them to come in earlier. But they're going to have the fresher tires here, so they're going to have the advantage on us. We're not going to let them pass because we know that we're fighting for every position we can get. And we're just hoping to stay inside the top 10. So. Hit the wall a little bit. I still cannot figure out how to turn on damage because that easily should have been wing damage, but I can't figure out how to turn on the damage, so I don't know. Verstappen though is pulling away from Leclerc, so wait, hold up, is Verstappen on softs? Oh, Verstappen is on softs. Hold up, so that's why Verstappen took the lead and pulled him away down the grid. So it looks like the Mercedes and Red Bulls are both on softs. Both Alfa Romeos, or actually no, Piastri, Guan Yu Zhou, and Yuki Tsunoda are on hards. And technically, we would cycle, well, depending on how strategy works, we would cycle to P3. Well, I mean, once Max Verstappen, these guys behind us come in. So we're 3 laps into this race of 13, and so far we're seeing P4. Alonso and Perez side by side, but Alonso should get the upper hand because he is on the bottom lane. But speak of the devil, Perez is back at it again. And Perez clears Alonso there, so Alonso's hardly fighting. I think Alonso's on the mediums, and we did this stuff again. What in the heck? Well, that sucks. But these guys are coming in. Probably, I don't know when they're coming in, but these guys behind us are medium tire runners. We once again screwed that up, so that may have cost us a chance at good points. But if we finish in the top 10, this will be a success. So we started in 10th before the sprint race. We finished 9th. Probably should have finished 5th, and we were sitting in 4th when that happened. So, but Hamilton, Perez, more than likely they were bound to pass us anyway. Alonso, Norris, these guys are taking risky moves. We're gonna take 3 wide. Russell and P9 right behind. See, our car gets the. I mean, we're having a lot of bad luck. I know we qualified in 10th, but it's just. I know this is probably stupid, but do we come in for hards? I know no one else is coming in, but that's the thing. We could maybe jump our strategy and hold on, maybe. It's probably stupid. It probably is a stupid idea. Maybe we could come in with the guys on softs and go to hards. Can't go on the same compound, but I'm not 100% sure if that will pan out the way we want it to. The top 3 have pulled away. Unfortunately, Hamilton and Perez have pulled away from us. Do they come in? We're lap 7 to 12 is our pit window on mediums, so it's going to have to be this lap, next lap. Russell's in 9th, so on soft, so and you saw us miss the turn because of Norris. Norris was the reason we missed the turn, so you see we put him in the wall there. He loses 1 spot to Alonso, down back to 8th. But 5 out of 13 laps, and we are P6. We're trying to hold off these guys, but we know we can't hold them off, but I mean, the simple fact that we're holding on to top 10. That was probably weird, but I'm actually considering pitting with the. But then again, you know, they're 8 seconds ahead. When they come in pit road, it won't make a difference, really. So technically, I'm down with the people on mediums for. And Norris is going to go side by side with Alonso. It's like. So none of these guys are coming in softs. Must be weird. So with softs is a good idea though, because our pit windows lap 7 on mediums. Softs may have been the right thing to go for. Strange that they only had hards and mediums for our calls. That's weird. But I really don't understand that. But you know, it is what it is. Both Ferraris are on mediums, so will they come to pit this time a lap early? I mean, my question is, I know it's probably weird, but will anything happen? Like, I'm 6 out of 13. I mean, they've already pulled away by 9-10 seconds. I think it's more battle between us, Russell, Ocon, Norris. They've got shuffled to the back of the. Russell's on soft, so our pit window don't up until next lap. So now this is probably weird, but I trust my guys. And so Perez is going to take third because, well, he's on softs, but Ferraris are going to come in the pit lane as well. More than likely, we are going to come out. We're not going to come out ahead of Hamilton because you saw Verstappen get in front of us. So Verstappen is probably going to win this race, I would suspect. But Perez is coming in with the medium tire runners. Norris 2.5 seconds back. So if we can hold on to P5. But you know, Hamilton, they came in. I can't remember who else came in. I think it was just Hamilton and Verstappen that came in. Hamilton is right behind. He's in the mid-pack now, but once it all cycles out, he should be in the top 5. I don't know where Perez will be when it all cycles out. He may have done the right thing to stay out, but I don't know. If we see, I know it's probably weird, but people are staying out. And we lose out to Russell. Ocon they came out. And we had to avoid countermeasures there, so we hit the wall. Hopefully, even very losing more ground. Therefore, signs these guys have just staying out. I don't know what's going on. Medium tire runners, though, they're going to. These guys in front of us are for sure going to hit. Russell's on the mediums, so I don't know if that will help him or not. And one of the Ferraris can pit. I don't know what their strategy is because they come to pit the last second. And I believe both of them have come to pit lane, right? Yeah, both of them are on softs, but Max Stavin's on mediums, so I don't know. Everybody else is coming to pit lane, so we should cycle out into our top 10. P6. So we're sitting in P6. Right behind Hamilton. Russell's on the mediums. I mean, well, he has a faster car though, you gotta remember. And we just screwed ourselves over. I don't want to say a bad word, but you know, I don't know what to say about that. We had the position, he just took it from us. I'm just not good at this course, if I'm going to tell you honest. Here in Monaco and Singapore and Japan, I suck at this track. Everywhere else, I'm fine with those tracks, but it just seems like these tracks I don't like. Like, because it's hard to maneuver. Because the Ocon within a second, like, these guys are catching up, so trying to figure out the pace is definitely not as good, because Callie Mayer is all the way down in 21st. She started in 20th. I don't know what's going on there, but Leclerc, Sainz, Leclerc got the fastest lap, but you see that he is closing in on Verstappen with 4 laps to go, I believe. So this is maybe going to be a close one. I don't know because he's supposed to faster lap than Verstappen, so he may have a chance. Oh, I don't think we're catching the guy in front. I don't think we're catching Russell. I think we're... We have to be cautious. We're not going to get to Russell. I mean, I don't know if we should even try to get to Russell because we're just trying to score as good amount of points as possible. But because we keep losing time. I don't know why. Trying to prevent from hitting the barriers to lose positions like we did in the sprint race. We screwed ourselves up in the sprint race and we did the same in the race. But there'll be 3 to go for Verstappen. I don't know if Leclerc's closing in or not though. So I don't know if I should be worried. Hamilton and Perez going side by side. Three laps to go for ourselves. We can sit 3 laps to go. and you saw we just got stuck, or we just oversent it. Albon passed us, and now all of a sudden Albon up to P7. Don't know where he came from. We just got lucky. So Williams are going to score points with Albon. Bottas, Norris. So, I mean, it is what it is, but all of a sudden Albon's going to score points. So I think we get 4 points if we stay in P8, I believe. If we stay in P8, that's the trick question. 2 laps to go from Verstappen. But that's for sure going to be your podium because Hamilton, Perez, they're fighting each other. So more than likely, it will just be between Verstappen and Leclerc for this win. Leclerc can even close the gap. Looks like maybe he has. I'm not 100% sure. But he's on the other side of the track to where we're at, so that's how far they pulled away. We'd love to compete for this Constructors one day, but more than likely we won't, because we're only going to have probably the 2 seasons at the max. Because I don't know how long, and you just see, we get, what in the name? We were going to score points. What in the heck just happened? Bottas just...
Okay, I've got information on Joe for you. They're retiring from the race.
What in the world? We were going to score multiple points, and now all of a sudden we are positioned where we're going to lose out in top 10. So you just saw this hitting aggressively Yuki Tsunoda, and we just got turned again. What in the hell's going on? Sorry for my language, guys, but seriously, like, they just did this stuff again. What is going on?
The gap to the car in front is 10.2 seconds.
Jesus Christ, you know? Bottas did it, Tsunoda did it. Like, we were sitting in 8th, and now we're trying to hang on for P10. So, the leader's just supposed to final lap, so it is what it is. I just don't understand why they kept wrecking us. I mean, we're having a snap of oversteer. Tsunoda all over us, but we are trying to stay in this P10. Just 1 point could be all the difference we need. We're not going to fight for the championship this season. But if we can get our car competitive for next season, if we have a second season, we may compete for, maybe we compete for top 5 every race. But I know this car ain't capable of competing for podiums every race. We just got lucky in that one race to get that win. So, I mean, you can clearly see how hard we are blocking Ocon, Tsunoda, because we really want to get this P10, like, and Ocon's going to do the switchback. Of course he is. What's next? He's going to wreck us. Okay, he did not wreck us on that turn. That was good. But the battle for the lead is not cooking up because Verstappen has a comfortable lead. He can easily cruise to victory. Leclerc's not right on him to get the DRS, I don't think. So, Leclerc's going to come on 1 spot short, even though he won the sprint, and yet he lost out to Verstappen, because Verstappen was on softs, and I believe that's the reason why he passed him. But Max Verstappen will be a race winner, followed by Leclerc P2, and Sainz will be in P3. We just cannot mess this up for a top 10. Perez will manage to stay in front of Hamilton for P4. Hamilton P5, Russell P6, Williams with Albon P7, Norris P8, Mona's P9 for sure. But it's a battle between who can get this final point. It's between us, Sonota, Sargent of all people. We're battling with him for Rookie of the Year. We'd love to score this 1 point. Like, it'd be unfortunate if we don't because we've been screwed over. Did we get the point?
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Wow, that was a 3 wide of the finish and we managed to still get the point. What in the world? Logan Sargent, driver of the day. I guess let's head to the podium.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. Some pretty handy driving for good measure. What do you think it was today, Ants, that gave them the edge over the competition?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they secured here.
So it's unfortunate we only scored 1 point when we could have got more.
So let's
But
review the driver's standings. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Now, let's discuss out. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
so you see the thing here. So Leclerc is the point clear at 13 points. Verstappen is still 32 points back. We're seeing P6 in the thing 39 points behind Leclerc, but Leclerc has a comfortable gap. I know 13 points is not a lot, but more than likely at his pace, I'd say that he could. I'm not saying that's a possibility, but as long as he does not DNF, I'd say Leclerc could possibly win unless Ferrari screwed up somehow. But as of now, Verstappen's 32 points behind. I'd say Verstappen as of now would be the only one, and maybe Ferrari with Sainz that could challenge Leclerc. I just don't see Perez, Hamilton, Russell down the board, but we're seeing P4 in the constructors. Aston Martin is 17 points, I believe, behind us in the constructors, so we're sitting kind of comfortably because we know that more than likely Lance Stroll ain't going to score points. It'd be between us and Fernando Alonso, more than likely. Callie Mayer scored 20th because, and I believe that's where she stayed 19th in points, ahead of Piastri, Nick DeVries, Nico Hulkenberg. But it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I guess I hope to see you guys next week for the next episode of my team career mode here on F1 23. We will be going to Miami Grand Prix, it looks like. One of our home tracks. We'll have multiple home tracks this season. But I just don't know if we can get money and everything for this stuff. But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.